What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a Sigilyph Sweep. This one is for Patreon. If you want your Pokemon sweep done, you can check it out in the description of the video. Owie Quack, this one is for you. Now, this was the Sigilyph from my stored power video. I managed to get a sweep with it. It's a fairly decent set, so it wasn't too hard for me. I've done much more difficult things, but it was a good battle, and I had some funny moments and some good battles at the end. Now, I'm going to run through this strategy, and I've got some bloopers to show you as well, so I'm going to do all that so you know what's happening if you don't already. Okay, leave those Pokemon sweeps in the comment section below as usual, people. Any strategies and things or Pokemon you'd really like to see me use, please put them below. I do read through all those comments, and please just put the Pokemon sweep suggestions there. Leave the theme teams for the theme team videos. Anywho's, I'm using the exact team I used a couple of days ago, the stored power team. Now, I had a Rotom Mower lead. It was going to trick me an item. Now, I had Focus Sash on my Smiggle, right? And then it tricks me a Choice Scarf, so I'm like, oh boy, I just went for an Aqua Pressure, so I'm locked into Aqua Pressure, so absolutely horrible start. In this video too, I wasn't actively going for a Rotom, sorry, not a Rotom, a Sigilyph Sweep. I was just having a battle with my team, and if it happened, it really happened. Anyway, so I'm locked into Smiggle. There's no point. I was actually, there's no point to swap it all, and it's just going to take me out with Leaf Storm. As soon as I seen Leaf Storm, I saw a little opening. I was like thinking, I might be able to swap it in because, I know that it probably most definitely has an electric type move. However, we powered down since the drop from Leaf Storm. Now, this set, I actually changed my item up a little bit. Before I had a Twisted Spoon on the Sigilyph, and I had another item which I won't reveal yet, but I wanted to swap up the item. I thought I had a pretty handy little strategy there. Now, as I said, I will explain the strategy of the Sigilyph. Most of the time he says a special sweep up, and this was a special sweeping set. However, it's a little bit different from usual. I have used this set in the past, and I have definitely done a lot of Pokemon sweeps with this set in the past. I actually just haven't uploaded, right? Anyway, so I tried to get my Xatu strategy working here. It just didn't work out. I was just, even with that negative, and the special attack was just horrible. Anyways, enjoyed the Sigilyph. Okay, people, let's run over the Sigilyph strategy. So this was a max speed, max special attack Sigilyph. It had cosmic power to boost stored power. Now, stored power works by having a stat boost. So the more stat boost you have, it can be any kind of stat boost too, like a positive one. It will increase the base power of the mood's stored power, and it'll cap it out at 200 base power. So I actually had a couple of fun battles with it. This was quite good. It had a Primal Growler here, and it had the Desert Land. I was like, might be able to get a couple of Cosmic Powers up, and then it got absolutely nuked. Anyways, so the item I had on it was Psyche MZ with a Miracle Eye. Miracle Eye allows you to actually hit Psychic types on Dark type Pokemon. Normally, it wouldn't affect that, and I thought that'd be a pretty good with the item with the Z move, and you get a special attack boost too. The only weak point about that is they can swap out on the Miracle Eye, and that's a problem too. But that's how I was able to hit the dark types and get around those kind of things. A lot of the time you see it as a special sweeper with Air Slash, Heat Wave, those kind of moves that are probably the best on it. And, the Cosmic Power one could definitely work. You get very, very bulky. The pros and cons of it, it's definitely very good, but it takes a lot of setup with Cosmic Powers, and you're obviously prone to stuff like crits. The ability was Magic Guard, so if you get poison, burn, etc., it's not going to do any damage to you. So it's a very good ability, works very nicely with it. Life Orb could definitely work with it too. Life Orb was almost made for Magic Guard as well. That's another good item I'd run on it too. Obviously, this set was, it's quite walled, so you could probably take off Miracle Eye and just run something else to hit other types, like maybe Air Slash. That'd be a scummy move on it anyways. But that was about all this strategy. Now, I had a Marshader, which was kept stealing my stats. I've seen a lot of these lately, and that was like the biggest counter in the world. Okay, people, enjoy this bonus battle.